Where does God stand in society these days? Is it a central part of our lives or merely a concept frowned upon? Take a look around and you'll easily find the answer. Morality, often deemed as religious dogma, is way more than that. It is a wake-up call from God, the creator of the universe. Most people are rejecting God, embracing false idols and mundane aspirations, while the chosen ones recognize this flawed perspective, building instead a life where they serve Him. In this video, you will discover if God has chosen you for that mission. So listen closely, for your new life may start. Number 1, the first sign. Now, no matter the age, culture, or religion, every individual on this planet has one edge: God communicating with me. God communicates with us through gentle whispers, feelings of peace, sudden clarity, dreams, and convictions which require our attention and discernment. Moreover, what we often attribute to chance or coincidence may, in fact, be God's deliberate intervention in our lives. Each encounter and each moment of inspiration is filled with divine purpose, orchestrating our paths towards greater understanding and fulfillment. Your presence in this world is not mere happenstance, but a divinely appointed moment of revelation. Every being on earth, including yourself, exists to fulfill a certain role and pursue a purpose. In some circumstances, you may be enraged, questioning the beauty of life, when all of a sudden, a thought trumpets in, arresting your attention. It's concerned, calm, yet authoritative, neither angry nor sad, intimidating nor frightening. This profound encounter silences your inner turmoil, leaving behind only the gentle whisper of divine reassurance. Such moments of clarity aren't unique. Many have experienced similar revelations, whether in solitude or amidst life's chaos. The divine presence beckons you to listen, to heed its call. It's a universal journey of spiritual awakening and enlightenment, available to all who choose to embrace it with open hearts and receptive minds. By embracing this perspective, you open yourself to the transformative power of divine communication, ready to explore the mysteries of faith and guidance. This realization marks the beginning of a sacred journey, where each step is illuminated by the guiding light of God's presence. Number 2, chosen by God. The notion of being chosen by the universe is limited, but being handpicked by God for a distinct purpose is more significant. Historical examples abound, such as Jesus, who graced the earth to exemplify compassion and understanding, and Moses, entrusted with delivering the 10 Commandments, guiding humanity toward moral righteousness. The concept of being chosen isn't grounded in worldly notions of superiority or privilege. Instead, it's a profound calling to align with God's divine plan. It's about surrendering to His will, recognizing that His foresight surpasses human understanding. Those chosen by God aren't exempt from life's challenges or trials. Rather, they are entrusted with a sacred duty to serve a higher purpose. Consider Moses, initially hesitant to accept his role due to self-doubt and insecurities. Through divine guidance and intervention, he found the strength to lead his people out of slavery. Similarly, Jesus faced immense adversity and persecution in fulfilling His divine mission, yet He remained steadfast in spreading love and redemption. Even to this day, He is a revered figure, believed to be the only prophet who will fight the devil in the apocalypse. In essence, being chosen by God transcends individual significance. It's about embracing humility and acknowledging one's role within the grand tapestry of God's plan. It's a call to step forward with courage and conviction, knowing that one's purpose is part of the divine creation. As believers accept this sacred calling, they find solace in the knowledge that they walk not alone but in divine companionship, guided by the wisdom and grace of the Almighty. Number 3, understanding God's call. God's call frequently manifests in the ordinary, urging you to perceive the extraordinary within mundane moments. Consider the unexpected encounter with a stranger offering a helping hand, a moment of clarity during a routine walk, or the sudden realization while reading a familiar passage. These seemingly insignificant instances serve as whispers from the divine, inviting you to pause, reflect, and discern the hand of God at work in your life. Recognizing and responding to God's signs demands openness to change and the courage to embark on a new path. It requires relinquishing preconceived notions and embracing the unknown with faith and humility. Just as Abraham heeded God's call to leave his homeland and embark on a journey of faith, you must be willing to step out of your comfort zones and trust in God's guidance. Undoubtedly, responding to God's call often entails venturing into uncharted territory, where the familiar gives way to the unfamiliar, and the comfortable yields to the uncertain. It demands courage to confront fears, doubts, and uncertainties, knowing that God's promises outweigh any challenges that may arise along the way. Like Moses standing before the burning bush, you can remove your sandals to embrace reverence and humility in the presence of the divine. Recognizing and responding to God's call is a deeply personal journey, marked by moments of revelation, transformation, and spiritual growth. It requires attunement to the whispers of the heart and the nudges of the soul, as well as a willingness to surrender to the divine. Number 4, the role of faith. Faith serves as the cornerstone for recognizing God's signs, providing a lens through which divine messages become discernible. Just as a lens focuses light to reveal hidden details, faith sharpens our perception, enabling us to recognize God's hand at work in our lives. Through faith, we receive the gift of salvation and enter into a relationship with God, experiencing His grace and mercy firsthand. As Ephesians 2:8 states, "For by grace you have been saved through faith furthermore." Faith holds transformative power, transcending mere observation to active participation in God's plan. It is not merely a passive acknowledgement of God's existence, but an active surrender to His will and guidance. By placing our trust in God, we open ourselves to His transformative work in our lives, allowing His love to shape and mold us into vessels of His grace and mercy. Indeed, faith is not merely an intellectual assent to religious doctrines, but a living, breathing commitment to God's promises and purposes. It empowers us to step out in obedience even when faced with uncertainty or adversity, knowing that God is faithful to fulfill His promises. Through faith, we embrace the unknown with courage and confidence, trusting in God's providence and sovereignty over every aspect of our lives. Faith is the bridge that connects us to God and His divine plan for our lives. It propels us forward on our spiritual journey, guiding our steps and illuminating our path with the light of His truth. As we cultivate and nurture our faith, we experience the transformative power of God's love, enabling us to live lives that are pleasing to Him and fulfilling His purposes. Number 5, recognizing God's signs. God communicates with us through the power of intuition, signs, and synchronicities, guiding us toward our true purpose. These signs often appear in seemingly random events, urging us to seek deeper meanings in our daily lives. For instance, encountering a specific song or book repeatedly may be a message from God, prompting us to pay attention to its significance in our journey. Similarly, meeting someone unexpectedly or experiencing a sudden change in circumstances could be divine interventions guiding us toward a new path. These signs may not always be obvious, but trusting our intuition and remaining open to God's guidance can help us interpret them accurately. By paying attention to these signs, we can gain valuable insights into our life's direction and purpose, allowing us to align our actions with God's divine plan. Whether it's a subtle feeling of peace, a serendipitous encounter, or a vivid dream, each sign holds the potential to illuminate our path and lead us toward greater fulfillment. However, it's essential to approach these signs with humility and discernment, recognizing that not every coincidence is a divine message. Through prayer, reflection, and spiritual guidance, we can deepen our understanding of God's signs and their significance in our lives. Ultimately, embracing these signs with faith and gratitude enables us to navigate life's journey with confidence and clarity, knowing that we are always guided by God's loving presence. Number 6, manifestation through faith. Transitioning to the manifestation of God's promises through faith, it becomes evident that faith without action is incomplete. By aligning one's actions with their faith in God's plan, remarkable transformations can occur in one's life. Take, for instance, the story of Hannah from the Old Testament. Despite facing the heart-wrenching challenge of infertility, Hannah fervently prayed for a child. Her faith in God's promises led her to take action through prayer, pouring out her heart in thankfulness when God granted her request and blessed her with a son, Samuel. Hannah's gratitude overflowed in a prayer of thanksgiving. Similarly, countless individuals throughout history have experienced the transformative power of faith in action. From the biblical narratives of David facing Goliath to modern-day testimonies of individuals overcoming adversity through unwavering faith, the thread remains consistent: when faith meets action, miracles unfold. It is through the union of faith and action that God's promises are made manifest in our lives. Indeed, faith causes change, igniting a divine spark within us that propels us to action. By stepping out in faith, we open ourselves to the boundless possibilities of God's providence and grace. As we align our actions with our faith, we participate in the co-creation of our destinies with the divine, ushering in blessings beyond measure and fulfilling God's purpose for our lives. In conclusion, remember that you have a unique role to play in God's grand design. Your life is not a random occurrence, but a carefully crafted masterpiece by the divine hand. Embrace this truth with open hearts and minds, knowing that you are part of something far greater than yourself. As you reflect on the message shared in this video, consider how you can respond to God's call in your life. Take a moment to pause and listen to the whispers of your heart, the gentle nudges of the Spirit guiding you toward your divine destiny. Whether through prayer, meditation, or acts of service, find ways to align your life with God's will and purpose for you. May you journey forward with courage and faith, trusting in the wisdom and love of the divine. Embrace your divine journey with enthusiasm and confidence, knowing that you are never alone on this path. As you walk in alignment with God's plan, may you experience the abundant blessings and fulfillment that come from living a life in harmony with your divine destiny. Before we leave, make sure you share your insights below. Your experience and every single synchronicity you've ever lived could mean the world to those in search of reassurance. Support one another on your paths. See you next time.